Good day and brace yourself because Buckingham Palace just felt like a snow globe shaken by fate itself. Reports are swirling that Queen Camilla has confirmed a separation from King Charles III after a tense private meeting behind palace walls. And whether you see this as royal reckoning or monarchy melodrama, one thing is certain: the ground beneath the crown is trembling, and everyone can feel it. Quick favor before we go any further: if you are enjoying this kind of sharp royal breakdown, tap that subscribe button and click the notifications bell. It costs nothing, takes a second, and keeps you ahead of the palace whispers. Thank you if you did. Now back to the show. The shock was not just the claim itself, it was the timing. No long runway of leaks, no gentle briefing to soften the blow, just sudden reports, sharp language, and then silence so loud it practically echoed down the mall. Palace channels went quiet, aides reportedly froze, and royal watchers worldwide asked the same question: what on earth just happened behind those doors? According to multiple commentaries circulating in royal media circles, the flashpoint was a closed-door meeting at Clarence's house, not a formal gathering with schedules and scripts, but an urgent, tightly held confrontation. Think less afternoon tea, more pressure cooker, the kind where old grievances do not knock politely, they kick the door in. Here's where it gets interesting. Insiders claim the mood was controlled but icy, like a boardroom where everyone knows the numbers are bad but no one wants to say it out loud. King Charles allegedly opened with concerns about public perception and stability. That alone tells you everything. In royal land, perception is oxygen. But Camilla, reportedly sensing the direction of the conversation, pushed back immediately. Then came the moment that supposedly shifted the entire room: documents, private communications, strategic discussions about optics and influence. Not love letters, not diary confessions, but calculated moves. To Camilla, if these accounts are to be believed, it felt less like partnership and more like political sidelining. Imagine discovering you're a chess piece in a game you thought you were co-captain of. And just when you think it could not feel colder, Princess Anne is said to have been present. Anne is not known for sentiment. She's duty in sensible shoes. Her involvement, according to analysts, signaled that this was never just marital, this was institutional. When Anne speaks, it's the crown talking, not the heart. The alleged exchange that followed has been described as calm but devastating. No shouting, no slammed doors, just years of unspoken tension laid out like evidence on the table. Camilla reportedly raised old wounds, public humiliations, and the quiet erosion of trust. Charles, on the other hand, leaned on duty, tradition, and the ever-present burden of the crown. Two people speaking entirely different emotional languages, neither truly hearing the other. The turning point, as the story goes, was not anger, but clarity. Camilla, standing, steady, and drawing a line, not just between herself and the king, but between herself and a system she felt had finally crossed into irreparable harm. That phrase alone has set tongues wagging, because it sounds less like heartbreak and more like indictment. When the alleged separation statement emerged through select media rather than official palace channels, analysts pounced on every word. No talk of mutual decisions, no gentle phrases about privacy, instead language about conscience, truth, and limits. It read like someone closing a book, not dog-earing the page. Public reaction split faster than a cracked crown jewel. Some saw strength, a woman refusing to be quietly managed. Others saw destabilization, another fracture in a monarchy already juggling health concerns, generational change, and public skepticism. Either way, the palace looked caught flat-footed, and that's never a good look for an institution built on control. Zoom out and the bigger picture gets even messier. This did not come from nowhere. Footage over recent months has shown distance, separate pacing, limited interaction, and a visible shift in energy. Add whispers of differing visions for the monarchy, Charles favoring tight tradition, Camilla leaning towards softer transparency, and you have a slow burn waiting for oxygen. Then there's the question of legacy. Charles reportedly more focused than ever on how history will judge his reign. Camilla, according to those sympathetic to her, increasingly weary of being measured against ghosts and expectations she could never fully outrun. That clash alone could crack even the most polished royal partnership. Behind the scenes, the ripple effects are enormous. Crisis meetings, revised protocols, and quiet reshuffling of staff. When loyal figures begin disappearing from roles, it usually signals a reset, not emotional, strategic. Meanwhile, Prince William is said to be watching all of this with concern, keenly aware that instability above him inevitably rolls downhill. And then, just to add petrol to the fire, a leaked private audio clip allegedly surfaced, featuring Camilla reflecting on endurance, silence, and regret. Whether authentic or not, its impact was immediate. The voice of someone tired, not vengeful, someone who stayed for duty longer than self-preservation would recommend. The line that stuck with many was brutally simple: silence is not noble, it's convenient. If this chapter truly marks a separation, it's not just a personal ending, it's a political tremor. Questions about succession, modernization, and the very shape of the monarchy are now back on the table. The firm does not like uncertainty, and right now, uncertainty is wearing a crown. So where does this leave us? With a monarchy exposed, a narrative spiraling, and a public watching every move like hawks at feeding time. Whether this storm settles quietly or triggers deeper change remains to be seen. One thing is clear: the fairy tale framing is gone, replaced by something far more human and far more volatile. Thank you for watching.